Hello, and welcome to English Avenue Podcast.
Your cozy place to learn easy English through real conversations and improve your life at the same time. I am Anna.
And I am Jake. Okay, quick question before we become wise and emotionally deep today.
Oh no, that usually means trouble.
It does. All right, everyone listening, imagine this. You get paid today. Salary comes in, phone in hand, bank app open. What do you do in the first 5 minutes?
Ooh, that is good.
Option 1, transfer money to savings immediately. Option 2, open a shopping app. Option 3, check travel deals like you are suddenly a mysterious rich person. Option 4, pretend to be responsible and then order expensive food.
Why is option 4 so specific?
Because we are here to tell the truth.
Okay, honestly, I think a lot of people listening just got exposed.
Exactly. And that is why today is going to be fun, because this topic is not theoretical. It lives in our bank accounts, our habits, our guilt, and our late-night decisions.
Yes, today we are talking about a question almost everyone struggles with, whether they admit it or not.
Save money or enjoy life now.
Right, the question that can start as a simple conversation and somehow become a full identity crisis.
Yes, because it sounds like a money question, but it is really also a life question.
Right, it's about security and freedom, responsibility and pleasure, future goals and present happiness.
And guilt, a lot of guilt.
So much guilt. The guilt after spending, the guilt after not spending. Sometimes people cannot win.
Exactly. You buy something and think, that was irresponsible. You do not buy it and think, am I even enjoying my life?
And maybe some of you listening know that feeling very well.
Right. If you do, you are definitely not alone.
Also, I already know Jake and I will not agree on everything in this episode.
Excuse me? I am a very balanced person.
You are balanced in the sense that you save money and then somehow spend it in a very meaningful way.
That is not spending. That is strategic joy.
See? This is what I mean.
But honestly, this is such a useful topic for English learners because this is real conversation English. You can use this with friends, coworkers, family, classmates, and yes, also in your own head.
And today, we are not only sharing opinions, we are going to help you talk about priorities, spending habits, financial pressure, and life choices in more natural English.
This is a B2 level episode, so the conversation will stay clear and easy to follow, but we will also add some stronger vocabulary naturally as we go.
And do not worry if you do not catch every single word the first time. Stay with the conversation, listen for the big ideas, and enjoy the flow.
And if you are a strong B1 listener, you can absolutely stay with us too. Some parts may challenge you, but that is a good thing. Listen again later and you will catch more.
Also, we prepared a really strong word tour for this episode.
Yes, and not the usual money, bank, buy, save package. We have better stuff today.
We do, and later in the episode, we will slow it down and walk through the key words and expressions from today so you can actually use them when you talk about money, priorities, and everyday choices.
And just like always, when one of these words appears for the first time in the conversation, one of us will quickly explain it in simple language so you can keep listening without getting lost.
And before we go deeper, one small request.
If you enjoy learning and thinking with us, please like this episode, subscribe to the channel, and share it with one friend who is either a saver, a spender, or a very creative, I deserve this expert.
Every like, comment, and share helps more learners find the English Leap podcast and tells YouTube this kind of real English conversation is useful.
And we really love reading your comments.
So here's our question for you today. In the comments, write 2 things. Number 1, are you more of a saver, a spender, or a balanced person?
And number 2, what is one thing you never regret spending money on?
For example, balanced person. I never regret spending money on books. Or saver. I only splurge on travel. Or spender. Working on it.
Spender working on it is going to be very popular.
Ooh, you sound seen.
Very seen, and still choosing honesty.
And that honesty is exactly why this episode is going to be fun. So let us begin with the real trigger, payday. The money arrives, and suddenly one part of you wants to save while the other wants to celebrate. Why do we split like that?
Because money is never only money. It is reward, stress, plans, and emotion all arriving at the same time.
That is good.
And when all that arrives together, your brain does what brains do. It starts negotiating.
Yes, one side is the accountant, the other side is the party planner.
Exactly, and somehow both sound completely reasonable.
The accountant says, think about your future. The party planner says, relax, you worked hard, you deserve joy.
Yes, and the party planner always has better marketing.
Better timing, too, especially on payday.
Yeah, for 10 minutes after salary day, people become a little delusional.
A little?
Fine, very delusional. New budget, new habits, new life, new version of me.
Like, this month I am disciplined, healthy, and financially wise.
And by Friday, she had ordered sushi twice and bought a lamp.
Stop. Why is the lamp always in these stories?
Because random home items appear when emotions are driving.
That is too real.
And that is usually when an impulse purchase happens.
Right, an impulse purchase is when you buy something suddenly, without planning it, just because the feeling is strong in that moment.
Exactly, and payday feelings are very persuasive.
Okay, so if we all know this feeling, why do smart people still do it? Why is this so hard even when you know better?
Such a good question. And honestly, because being smart does not stop you from being tired.
Yes, that line alone explains half of adult life.
It really does. A lot of money choices are not happening when we are calm and fresh. They happen when we are stressed, busy, or emotionally done.
Exactly. Sometimes you are not buying a thing, you're buying relief.
Yes, like I had a horrible day. Let me feel better for 10 minutes.
And then future you wakes up and says, why did we do that?
Present you and future you are always in a toxic relationship.
That is so accurate.
And this is where delayed gratification becomes difficult.
Yes, delayed gratification basically means waiting for a better reward later instead of taking a smaller reward now.
Like not buying the shoes this week because you were saving for a trip next month.
And present you says, future me is asking for too much.
Present you always has a speech ready.
True, and people do something else too. They buy first, then they try to justify an expense after.
Yes, exactly. To justify an expense means you create a smart-sounding reason after you already decided emotionally.
Like, I did not buy this expensive coffee machine for fun, I bought it for productivity.
Yes, this jacket is not fashion. It is networking.
This dessert is not dessert, it is emotional recovery.
Yeah, that one has been used many times.
By you?
Yes, I choose honesty.
Fair. So yes, emotions make this hard. But now, let us be fair to the saving side too, because saving is not always fear. Sometimes saving is wisdom.
Yes, and I am glad you said that. Saving can look boring from the outside, but it can feel like oxygen when life gets messy.
Oxygen is a strong metaphor.
It is, because I learned that the hard way.
Ooh, story time.
A few years ago, I had one of those months where life sent me problems in a bundle. A payment arrived late, I had a repair bill, and then a family expense came up.
Ah, yes, the premium stress package.
Exactly. And in that moment, I finally understood why people talk about a financial cushion.
Right. A financial cushion is money you keep aside for unexpected situations, so you have breathing room instead of panic.
Yes, and that cushion is not just about money. It protects your brain. You think better when you're not in survival mode.
That is so true. Also, many people grow up hearing, save for a rainy day.
Yes, and that phrase means save money for difficult times in the future, because problems do not send a calendar invite.
They really do not.
And another useful idea here is live within your means. It sounds strict, but it's actually healthy.
Yes, in normal human language, it means your lifestyle matches what you can actually afford.
Not what social media says you should afford.
Exactly. Social media is like, here's my morning routine. Meanwhile, it costs more than your rent.
Right. And then normal people feel behind for no reason.
So saving, for me, is not about being boring. It's about peace. It's about not feeling scared every time something unexpected happens.
Yes, saving can be peace of mind, not punishment.
But okay, let me challenge the saving team a little now, because some people save and save and save and forget to actually live.
Yes, this is the part many people are scared to talk about.
I think so, because if we only save and never enjoy, life starts to feel like waiting for later, waiting for one day.
And later can keep moving.
Yes, that is why we need to talk about balance. Enjoying life now does not mean we are irresponsible. Sometimes it means choosing rest, connection, and experiences that make your life feel meaningful.
Fair. And this is where the conversation gets more mature. Not all spending is equal.
Yes, some spending is just noise, but some spending really adds value.
That is where discretionary spending comes in. It means money you spend on non-essential things like hobbies, eating out, entertainment, or travel.
So, not rent, not bills, not groceries, more like the choices you make after the basics are covered.
This is the money that feels more free. It's like your personal fun zone.
And in your case, I think it is mostly the suspiciously frequent coffee zone.
Hey, that is not waste. That is very serious coffee research.
Sure, we believe you.
But seriously, I think it's okay to splurge on something occasionally if it really matters to you.
Yes, splurge on means spending more than usual on something you really want, like a special trip, a good meal, or a gift.
Right. I don't splurge often, but when I do, I prefer experiences. I still remember one short trip I almost canceled because I wanted to be sensible. I went anyway, and months later I was still talking about it.
I love that because that's the part people forget. Some purchases disappear fast, but some become memories.
Exactly. And many people don't get into trouble because they choose one side. They get into trouble because they jump between two extremes.
Yes, let us talk about that. What do you mean by extremes?
I mean weeks or months where people say, from now on, I will not spend anything extra. They are super strict.
Yes, they stop going out, stop ordering food, stop buying small treats. Everything is no.
Then, after some time, they feel tired and upset, and suddenly they say, you know what, I deserve something, and they spend a lot in one weekend.
Yes, I think many people listening know this feeling.
This is a classic swing from one extreme to the other.
First, too much control, then too much reaction.
So it is not just a money problem, it's a pattern problem.
And that is why we need a simple way to make better choices without going crazy and without feeling guilty every time.
Exactly. So let us build a small, easy framework for balance.
Good. Let us make this practical for people.
All right, before a bigger purchase, first step is very simple. Pause.
Yes, even a 5-second pause can change a decision.
And in that pause, ask yourself, what does this choice support in my life? What is the real reason I want this?
That question alone can show you a lot.
Then you can weigh the pros and cons.
To weigh the pros and cons means to think about the good side and the bad side before you decide.
Yeah, good side, this will make my daily life easier. Bad side, this will make this month more stressful.
And when you see both sides, you can choose more calmly.
And here's another idea that helps. Opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost means what you lose when you choose one thing instead of another thing.
For example, if you spend a lot of money on random online shopping this month, the opportunity cost might be that you cannot go on a trip later, or you cannot join a course you wanted.
Yes. So the question becomes, what am I saying no to if I say yes to this?
Exactly. It's not about feeling shame, it's about understanding the trade.
So we can say, do not let your mood make all the decisions. Give your brain a little time to think.
Right. Even a short pause now can save you from a long month of stress later.
Okay, so let's test that in real life. Not in theory, but in the places where this debate really lives. Coffee, phones, clothes, travel, and all those tiny expenses that become big when they join together.
Ah, yes, the tiny expenses that travel in groups.
Exactly. Okay, rapid fire round. Daily coffee from a cafe. Worth it or waste?
Depends. I know that is annoying, but it depends. If it is your only joy and it fits your budget, fine. If it is 5 coffees a day plus random snacks plus delivery, now we need a meeting.
Now we need a meeting is so good.
Because one coffee is not the issue. Patterns are the issue.
Right, and patterns are where discretionary spending can quietly grow without us noticing.
Especially when we are just comparing prices and somehow a package arrives 2 days later.
This episode is turning into your confession.
I am being honest so our listeners can learn from my mistakes.
We thank you for your sacrifice. Okay, next one. Buying a better phone when your current phone still works.
Fair question. I would ask, is it a tool upgrade or a mood upgrade?
Ooh, that is good.
If your phone affects your work, safety, or productivity, maybe you can justify the expense. If you just feel bored and want a new identity, maybe wait a week.
Yes, that 1 week pause is powerful. It separates desire from impulse.
Also, if after 7 days you still want it, at least the decision is less dramatic.
True. Okay, next one. Travel.
I am biased, but I think it can be worth a splurge if it is meaningful and planned.
Right, and I agree if it does not destroy your next 3 months financially.
Fair. Memories should not become monthly suffering.
I like that. Please put that on a poster.
I like it too. And I also think spending on learning can be underrated. A course, coaching, or something that improves your skills can really change your future.
Yes, and that's a great example of values-based spending. It may look expensive now, but the opportunity cost of not learning could be bigger later.
So yes, practical tools help, but there's one more important layer here, and it changes the whole debate. Not everybody is choosing between save for travel and buy the shoes.
Yes, thank you for bringing that in. For some people, the conversation is not about lifestyle optimization. It is about survival.
Right, and when someone is trying to make ends meet, this debate feels completely different.
Yes, make ends meet means having just enough money to cover basic living costs with very little extra.
In that situation, enjoy life now may look like one small treat after a very hard week, and save money may mean putting aside a tiny amount and feeling proud of it.
And that matters. A small saving is still progress. A small joy is still human.
So this conversation should never become judgment. It should become awareness.
Yes, awareness of your reality, your values, your patterns, and your priorities.
Because the goal is not to copy someone else's money style. The goal is to build a life where your money choices support both stability and joy.
Beautifully said. So maybe the answer to save money or enjoy life now is not one side winning. Maybe it is learning how to protect your future without abandoning your present.
That is the kind of balance I can respect.
Even as an honest spender?
Especially as an honest spender.
Fair enough. And now that we have unpacked the ideas, the emotions, and the real-life choices behind this debate, let us slow down and go into our word tour so you can use this language in your own conversations.
Yes, because you are not just listening to a money debate today. You are building the English to talk about trade-offs, priorities, guilt, value, and peace of mind in a much more natural way.
So grab your tea, coffee, or your very carefully budgeted snack and let us do the word tour.
We will go slowly. Listen, repeat, and think about your own life while you learn these phrases. First phrase, impulse purchase.
An impulse purchase is when you buy something suddenly, without planning, just because the feeling is strong in that moment.
For example, I went to the mall to walk, and my new shoes were an impulse purchase.
Or, I am trying to control my impulse purchases, especially late at night.
You can repeat, impulse purchase.
Impulse purchase.
Take your time. Impulse purchase.
Next phrase is delayed gratification.
Delayed gratification means saying no to a small pleasure now so you can get a bigger or better result later.
For example, saving money for a trip is a kind of delayed gratification.
Or, strong habits often need delayed gratification, not quick rewards. Repeat, delayed gratification.
Delayed gratification.
Slowly, delayed gratification. Another useful phrase is justify an expense.
To justify an expense means to give a reason why your spending was a good idea, often after you already spent the money.
For example, he tried to justify the expense by saying the new phone was for work.
Or, I don't need to justify every expense, but I want to be honest with myself.
You can repeat, justify an expense.
Justify an expense.
Piece by piece, justify an expense.
Here is a safety phrase, financial cushion.
A financial cushion is extra money you keep aside, like a safety pillow, for emergencies or surprises.
For example, having a financial cushion helped her stay calm when her car broke down.
Or, even a small financial cushion can make your life feel less stressful. Repeat, financial cushion.
Financial cushion.
Slowly, financial cushion. Now a more technical one. Discretionary spending.
Discretionary spending is money you spend on non-essential things, like hobbies, eating out, entertainment, or travel.
For example, most of my discretionary spending goes to movies and coffee.
Or, when money is tight, discretionary spending is the first place I check.
You can repeat discretionary spending.
Discretionary spending.
Step by step. Discretionary spending.
This next phrase can really change stress levels. Live within your means.
To live within your means means your lifestyle matches your real income. You are not spending more than you earn.
For example, she started to live within her means and finally felt less stress.
Or, living within your means does not mean no fun. It means smart choices. Repeat, live within your means.
Live within your means.
Slowly, live within your means. Now something more fun. Splurge on.
To splurge on something means to spend more than usual on a special thing you really want.
For example, we decided to splurge on a nice dinner for our anniversary.
Or, I do not splurge on clothes, but I like to splurge on travel.
You can repeat splurge on.
Splurge on.
Slowly, splurge on.
Now, a good decision phrase. Weigh the pros and cons.
To weigh the pros and cons means to think about the good side and the bad side before you decide.
For example, before changing jobs, she weighed the pros and cons carefully.
Or, we should weigh the pros and cons before buying something expensive. Repeat, weigh the pros and cons.
Weigh the pros and cons.
Take your time. Weigh the pros and cons. Another important idea is opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost is what you lose or miss when you choose one thing instead of another.
For example, if you spend all your money on small treats, the opportunity cost might be a future trip.
Or, The opportunity cost of saying yes to everything is often your time and energy.
You can repeat opportunity cost.
Opportunity cost.
Slowly, opportunity cost.
And our last phrase for today, make ends meet.
To make ends meet means to have just enough money to pay for your basic needs with very little extra.
For example, when I first started working, it was hard to make ends meet.
Or, some families can make ends meet, but they cannot save much. Repeat, make ends meet.
Make ends meet.
Slowly, make ends meet. So, that was our word tour for today.
You can always come back to this part and listen again until these phrases feel natural for you.
And next time you think about saving or enjoying, try using some of this vocabulary in your own English.
Right. And if this episode helped you, feel free to share it with a friend who also fights with money decisions.
Take care of your money and your mind, and we will see you in the next episode.
This is Anna.
And this is Jake.
And you have been listening to the English Leap podcast. Bye.
Your progress doesn't end here. To continue advancing your English skills, click on the next video or explore the additional videos we've thoughtfully selected for you.